Good morning everyone. From today onwards we will learn your subject 1 subject of the third semester, that is 18CV32. 18CV32 is a code number, and this in this subject, the subject name, title of the subject is strength of material. This is 18CV32, second subjects in the third semester, and the name of the subject is strength of materials. Strength of materials, right? Now in this subjects what we are going to study, that I will explain in later slides, but the main, by seeing the heading of this subject, strength of materials, means materials we are going to concentrate and their strength we are considering here. What all materials? The materials may be soil, materials may be steel, it might be wood, it might be whatever that steel. There are many types of steels are there, wood, and in the soil also many types of soils are there, and water, or otherwise you can call fluid, you know, and then stones, bricks, like that. Many are there, like ferrous materials, like other materials like steel. In place of steel you can consider copper, aluminum. These are materials, means all the materials which are used in civil engineering concept. In civil engineering concept, not only in civil engineering, in mechanical also, but we are civil engineers, therefore the materials used in civil engineering concepts, all these materials we are going to check whether they are suitable for the construction purpose or not. And second thing what we check here is whether they are, we will consider here that how much stresses will be developed inside, and how much stable that structure is, how much stiff that structure is, how much strengthy that structure is. These all points we are going to study in 18CV32 subject. Understood? Now if we go to the syllabus, in your VTO syllabus, there are 5 modules, as you already know. The first module is called as simple stresses and strains. Simple stresses and strains means if any body is there here, I will apply some force to this one, and there will be some resistance develops inside, means when I apply this one, then some resistance will be developed here inside the body. That resistance is called as a stress, and because of these forces it will deform, it will change its shape or otherwise size or otherwise some aspect, and that we will call it as a strain. The detailed information we will see later. Okay, this is the simple stress and strain, and in this one we will study definition, introduction, concept of stress strain. What is stress and what is strain, and what is the relation between them? There is one scientist whose name is Hooke, and he proposed one law that we will study, and the relation between stress and strain we will study through one diagram for ferrous materials and non-ferrous materials, and we will study even factor of safety, the meaning of that, and elongation of some tapered bars of circular cross section, rectangular cross section, elongation due to self-weight, Saint Venant's principle, compound bars, temperature stress, compound section subjected to temperature stresses, simple shear stress, elastic constants and their relations. Okay, this all it is included in the first module, and these concepts are very important. If you understand these concepts, then only you will understand many subjects in civil engineering. For example, it might be fluid mechanics. In the future you will, in the future semesters you will get determinate structures, indeterminate structures like subjects, and you study RCC, you study steel structures, and you study soil mechanics, geotechnical engineering. Like that many subjects will come in civil engineering. Then strength of material become a foundation for that. Here the concept whatever you study in the strength of material, especially in the first chapter what you study in the module 1, these all concepts become a foundation for all the subjects in civil engineering. Therefore this subjects is very interesting also and very important. And in the second module we are going to study the compound stresses and thin and thick cylinders. Compound stress is a one type of stress. You already know what is a stress means. Means in first year also you studied, might be there is a force divided by area, and the nature of this stress depends on nature of force, how you are applying. If you apply a shear force, then it becomes shear stress. If you apply a torsion, then it becomes torsional stress. Like that, the action of what you apply, the same way the resistance will be developed. Therefore, this nature, among many natures are there, among that compound stress is the one nature of stress, and that we are going to study in detail in the second module. And after that, thin and thick cylinders, about that we will study. You know that perfume bottle will be there here. Say for example, this is one bottle where perfume will be filled, and here some fluid will be there inside. That fluid will put a lot of pressure because it is compressed fluid, and that will put a lot of pressure on the wall of the cylinder. Then how much pressure, and what is the material quality, whether this material will withstand that or not. And another very important example is your cylinder. That cylinder, this cylinder inside a compressed LPG will be there, okay, and that will create lot of pressure on the wall of the cylinder, whether this wall is ready to handle that or not. Okay, that we will study in the thick and thin cylinders. Okay, and in our third module we will study shear force and bending moment beams. This chapter is very important for civil engineering, and these two chapters are very important for mechanical engineering and civil engineering and some other applied mechanics and all some other engineerings. But this shear force and bending moment in beams is very important for civil engineering students. And here, when a beam is there, you will apply some force here, and when we apply a force, how this beam behaves, whether that beam bends or whether that beam slides or what happens, how it will collapse, and what all stresses will be developed in the beam. For that you need to understand that shear force and bending moment, in particularly beams only we are going to study. This is included in the third module. Third module is a very easy module and very important for civil engineering. Okay, and the fourth module we will study the bending and shear stresses in beams. This is a fourth module, is the extended version of module 3. In module 3 however you are studying the bending moment, and in the module 4 you are studying the bending stress, and in the third module you are studying the shear force, and in the fourth module you are studying the shear stress. Okay, and after that we will study torsion in a circular shaft. So torsion means whenever you twist the material, say for example this is one shaft, it is okay, this is a shaft, and you will rotate this one and you may create some torque here, or otherwise some concepts I will explain when I come to this chapter. I will explain that how practically this torsion occurs, or how to identify the torque in a particular structure, that we will study in the torsion chapter. And in the fifth module we will study the deflection of beams, and this deflection of beam is again the extended portion of module 3 and module 4. Module 3 whatever you study shear force and bending moment, module 4 bending and shear stresses you are going to study. In the module 5 deflection of beam means because of the forces applied on the beam, how the beam behaves, whether it bends or whether it shears. If it bends, then what nature it will bend, how much deep it will bend, how to measure that deflection, that we are going to study in the fifth module, first unit. And we are going to study even columns and struts. Already columns means what? These are vertical members, and these vertical members, when I apply some forces, how that will resist, how the failure is going to occur in the column, whether this will crush and fail, or whether it will be buckle, whether it will be bulge and fail, or sometimes it may buckle like this and fail. How it is going to fail, that failing analysis, or otherwise how much force is required to make it failure, that we are going to study in the columns and struts. Like that we have a 5 modules, and examination pattern you already know that module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5 are there, and here 2 questions they will ask, here 1 and 2, and here 3, 4 questions they will ask, here 5, 6 questions they will ask, and here 7, 8 they will ask, and here last 9 and 10th question will be there. Out of these 10 questions, you need to write 5 questions selecting each from one module. Means one from one module. See here, there are 2 questions. You can skip whichever you want. If you don't want this, you can skip it and select it. And like that, in this one, you may interested here and you may skip this one. In this one, you may skip this one and you may interested here. You may skip this one and interested here, or interested here and you may skip this one. Like that, you need to attend any 5 questions selecting one from each module. Okay, that way you need to attend. And each module, each question, a full question will be having a 20 marks here, 20 marks, 20 marks, 20, like that. 20 into 10, 200 marks question paper will be there, but out of that you are selecting 5 means you are writing 100 marks. And this 100 marks, university will reduce it to 60 marks, and there will be 40 marks for internal. Total it becomes 100 marks. And now this 40 marks again we will divide into 3 tests, and 3 tests we will add, and we will get a average, or adding that we will get a 40 marks, and 10 marks will be assignment, like that. Okay, this all procedure whatever you followed in the first semester and second semester, the same thing we are going to follow for the this strength of material subject also. Not only this subjects, many subjects you can go through the VTU or third semester scheme. There you will come to know that what all subjects carry 100 marks, what all subjects carry different marks, how internals and all that you can get it. That here I am explaining you 5 modules, how it will be, how to approach this 5 models in the examination. And now here, as I said, that you need to select one from out of 2 from the same module. Therefore, you need to read all the all the 5 models completely. Then only you are able to attend all 100 marks out of it. Okay. Therefore, it becomes very challenging even to pass the examination also, and that especially for strength of material subjects. And this strength of material is somewhat, I can say that 80% problematic it is, and only 10% you can expect 10 or 20% you can expect some theoretical aspects. Theoretical aspects means definitions or some curve of explanation or like that, and rest all derivations and problems. Therefore, since from first class you concentrate and study it, and whenever you feel a difficulty, whenever you feel many doubts and all, that you can approach me through online, that is through your WhatsApp or email or whatever that mode, and even you can call me for the online live classes, and I can explain you the problems whenever you are free, or otherwise whenever I am free. That synchronization should happen between us. And these videos whatever I am making it, I will be uploading in the same playlist. You go through now, you open this video, here only you can go through the playlist, and in the playlist you will search strength of material with the subject codes 18CV32. There you will find all the videos of this one with the numberings. Okay, so that you can watch continuously and make a notes. Very important thing is you make a notes each and every point whatever I explain henceforth, that you make a note, and that note is very important. Okay, thank you very much. This class is only this much is enough here, and from tomorrow onwards I will start the classes that for lecture 1, 2, 3 and all. Okay, real subjects with the module 1 we will start. Thank you very much. See you again.